Maybe. So thank you very much, fans, and welcome to Graceland. You know, everyone here is part of the Graceland family. If it's your first time or it's your 51st time being here, and I can tell you we have a lot of jazzed and excited people in the back that we're going to be bringing out in a minute. We're jazzed and excited because they want to actually see the movie with y'all. You know, it's all about the fans, and fans are family. And they've had a great time in Memphis. They've had a great time at Graceland. We're probably half the way through the work that we have to do here. But you know, as I discuss all the time, it is about family. It is about the community. And 5 years ago, it's been 5 years since I brought Baz to Graceland for the first time. And Baz has spent the last 5 years of his life on this project. And I don't even call this project a movie. When people ask me who Elvis was and what he was famous for, what's the deal? I say he's a Renaissance man. You can't just say he was a performer, a singer, a curator, a producer. All of these things had to come inside of him and had to come together for him to do what he did that all of these years later is so memorable. And it's been a pleasure seeing another Renaissance man, somebody who put together all these parts and pieces. Even what we're doing here when you see this, I just want you to give a tremendous round of applause for the person who spent 5 years putting together this amazing project that you're about to, the experience you're about to see, the incredible Baz Luhrmann.
Well, I'm quite old, you know, and I've had quite a big life, and in the movies I've done a lot of things, I've the Cannes and the Oscars and all that kind of stuff, and they've been amazing, but I can honestly stand here on the stage and tell you there's never been an experience quite like being on the journey of this film, but most importantly, to come at this moment and to be here at Graceland. And last night, even last night, like, we had a screening, and the Presley family invited us to have a barbecue out the back of Graceland. And I found myself, along with the car, I found myself along with the car, sitting in the jungle room, having maybe one little sherry, and because I'm a teetotaler, but honestly, the air was so warm and beautiful last night. wasn't sticky. The moon was bright. There was a band playing. The food was amazing. It was like being invited by a family into a family home. The warmth of that, and I found peace. I know Austin too. We all just felt peaceful for a moment in this crazy journey that we're on out there right now. It was a peaceful moment, and we felt it was just a beautiful thing to be welcomed here to do this. So, I know that on the road you can't make a film like this unless you have the players, those actors who can fulfill the roles, and I have been particularly gifted on this journey. And so the story of this goes from all throughout Elvis's life, and of course we know you can't tell Elvis's life story without his early days on Beale Street. And some of the great iconic singers that he knew and had seen, it was influenced by, are in our movie, characters like Sister Rosetta Tharpe, the godmother of rock and roll, played by Yola. She sings, she acts, and she's fabulous. Last night was a beautiful thing to be around the whole family with Priscilla there, and it was the first time I really realized when I was standing on the stage, like the responsibility of taking on Priscilla, whose life begins very young and then goes on and she evolves into her own woman, her own, you know, has her own iconic reality, but also evolves into this person who goes on and takes on enormous responsibility. So you have to have an actor who can play that entire range, and we found that in Olivia Dejonge, who plays Priscilla Presley. I had this thing. I love to research and to live the life of movies. You know, when I did Gatsby, it was just like I lived the life of F. Scott Fitzgerald, you know. But I would live and research it and never have to make the movie. So I made one stipulation, which was I'm not going to make this film unless I could find someone who could play Elvis. And I kind of figured I never would, you know. So I wouldn't have to make the film. I could just spend my life enjoying the research. But it's out there in the stories in the press, and you would know about it. I get a tape. It's this personal experience of someone singing, weeping, wrapped in a dressing gown, singing Unchained Melody. And from that moment on, and from the moment on he walked into my space, a miracle had occurred. And that miracle continues to this day. The miracle is here. His name's Austin Butler. One of the great, look, the other thing is, and it's kind of important to say this because although I work with all kinds of actors, it's important sometimes to give up-and-comers a go, and in this film I managed to find a small role, and I only point this out because, you know, it's hard when you start acting, you're beginning your career, and you need a break, and I feel really happy that we gave someone a break. It's a small role, and if you think, well, it's Tom Hanks. You know, Little Richard was an incredible character. You needed someone who could actually embody like the just incredible style, the grace, the movement, the power, the energy, and we have that in Alton Mason. He's quite a shabby dresser, really, isn't he? It's a very important part of the story, this early relationships with different singers from Beale, and no singer... I was at Beale the first night we came, 48 hours ago, went down there at Beale, and I saw, as I said, it's not like a normal experience where we invite all of you into our theatre, because we have all been invited into someone's home. That is Graceland, and I know you feel this too. I know you're fans, and you feel privileged when it's like, come into our home, the Presley family home. And so here we are with the Presley family. First of all, Elvis's longtime closest friend, Jerry Schilling. We have had such a journey. The stories he's told me. I met Jerry's older brother last night. Yes. Yeah, the first sheriff of Memphis who gave Elvis the first badge. I mean, it was amazing. You know what? We have been hosted. It's changed, you know, this journey, and we've been hosted so warmly and kindly. I can't say enough about how embracing Priscilla Presley has been. Thank you, Priscilla. Please come and join us. I was really lucky to be in Cannes, and the film went so well, but there was another exciting film, and it went on to win the Cannes d'Or. Honestly, what a remarkable young woman is Roddy, come out. Roddy, I mean, she's so remarkable. And then, finally, because last night was truly a family night, the whole family was there, and we felt family. We felt family. And Lisa Marie, would you come out? I know that maybe Tom, you wanted to say a few words.
Me? Yes. The Colonel was a diabolical genius. We visited the home of the King last night, and you all have too, I am sure. It is a place that is, I think, as hallowed as any president's home, any museum dedicated to a particular type of art. What's unique about it, it is so firmly stamped with the name Presley. And it would not have existed were it not for the city of Memphis, the genius of a one-of-a-kind artist who, more than anybody else in music and any sort of presentational art, I think, deserves the moniker of the singular word, King.
I won't go on, but I always have to trust Austin out there, because I just feel like you should say at least a couple of things. Just.
I don't even know where to begin. I remember my first time coming here, and meeting you, Priscilla, and just the magical experience that it was. And you told me, after you said you had big shoes to fill, I said, I know. And then you said, you have a lot of support. And that meant so much to me. And then you said, have you been to Grayson yet? And I said, not yet, I'm about to go over there. And you said, I truly believe that's where the Spirit is. And I went over there and I spent the day by myself in there, and it meant so much to me. And it humanized this incredible man in a way that I hadn't felt quite before. But at that point, I still felt like an imposter. I felt like somebody was going to point at me and go, who hired this guy? Get him out of here, you know? And now coming back, you guys have made it feel like home. So I thank you so much for your warm welcome and for allowing us into your home, and for that first sign of support that carried me through the whole way, because making you guys proud was at the core of it all for me. And I love you all so much, and I'm so grateful that I got to go on this journey. So thank you.
Wow, Austin, I knew that you had a lot of potential, but little did I know that you wiped us all out. And Elvis morphed himself into you, and you played it so beautifully. I've never been so enthusiastic about a film, an Elvis film, as I am this. We've done some things together. I mean, Jerry and I, and of course other people have done Elvis and told the story so many times. And this film right here means so much to all of us as a family, because the younger generation will get to know Elvis when they see this film and who he was and how beautiful he was, as far as in so many different ways, but as an entertainer, as what he loved to do. And the story is, of course, between him and Colonel Parker. It's never really been told before. It's been talked about, but never been told this way. So I just have to thank you, Baz, for your choices of, of course, playing Elvis, and Olivia playing me. Thank you so much. Made me look good. And of course, Baz, I mean, you pulled together a film that I think will be down in history on Elvis Presley, trust me. Thank you. Thank you.
Lisa, do you want to just say a few things?
Can you?
We love all of it.
Thank you, and I love you too. Yesterday you couldn't shut me up here, and today, my life is a little bit kind of down right now, so you're pulling me up. So thank you. I'm so proud of this movie. I really am. I mean, not much, to be honest. I haven't really left my house for the last 2 years, unless it has to do with my children. So to get me to leave California and fly to Memphis and be here, aside from coming to visit my son, it's a big deal. I truly, truly believe in this film. I'm so proud of Baz. I'm so, so, so proud of Austin. I can't tell you enough how proud I am of this film and how much I have to support it. I just have to. And I really hope you feel the same way. I really do. Yeah.
I think maybe to take that little TCB, which take care of business, maybe it's the moment to take care of business and let you see the movie instead of talking about it. All right, well, thank you so very much.